First, just want to start off by saying that I apologize to our fans. They were fantastic all season, the ones that stuck by us. Really appreciate them supporting us when it was a tough time and they didn't have to come back, but they did, and I think they were brilliant and they deserve more. I just think for the most part, we just didn't play well the entire series. I just thought we were outplayed for most of the series. Outplayed, outworked, outcoached. I thought Columbus deserved to advance. So on the attacking end, we just weren't good enough. Didn't create many chances, weren't sharp with the ball in the final third. Columbus, they gave up a lot of goals this year, and defensively they looked fragile going into the playoffs, but they defended very well. You have to give them a lot of credit. We had no ideas in the final third. It's tough to take right now, but I thought Columbus deserved it.
Having said all that about being outplayed most of the series, can you just talk about the team's resiliency toward the end of the game there?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're never going to give up, no matter what happens. I mean, obviously we needed to push the game from the beginning, and I think we did that. But like I said, Columbus defended well, and they made it really tough on us.
What you see?
Columbus didn't play the way they normally play. They played very direct. They played a lot of long balls. They didn't try to play out like they usually do because they know we feed off that, and I think for the most part they held us in check. I mean, we just, like I said before, we weren't dangerous going forward, and we always gave ourselves a chance with a goal in the end. We never gave up. I thought we showed a lot of heart. Just credit to our guys for never giving up, but too little, too late.
What did you see on that last sequence when Bradley kind of just skimmed the? Did you get a look at that?
I saw what everybody else saw. We were inches away from taking this extra time, and you know, for as bad as we played throughout the whole series, I mean, that's how thin the margins are. We just didn't have any good fortune or any good bounces, and that's how the game goes.
Is this season still a success, DAX?
I mean, I think if you look at it as a whole, you could probably say that. I mean, for me, it feels like a failure just because the MLS Cup was our main goal, and we did so much great work in the season to set ourselves up to host MLS Cup, and to let ourselves down in the conference final again for a second year in a row. Yeah, it's disappointing, and it certainly feels like the playoffs were a failure.
Dax, does it feel like you kind of ran out of time again, like you have in a few seasons past?
I mean, we know how long the game is. I don't think it's going to change for us either one way or another. I mean, clearly we needed to be better. If we were better in Columbus, maybe we're not putting ourselves in this position to have to score 2 goals. I mean, they're a good team. They, you know, their plan was to come in here and sit in and hit us on the counterattack, which they did a couple of times. I mean, Luis Robles came up with some amazing saves. They had probably better chances than we had, but somehow it was still 0-0, and we always gave ourselves a chance scoring that goal at the end, but like I said, it's too little too late.
Are you able to put things into perspective? I mean, it's so close after the loss, but just given the way that this season started and you know how far you guys have come, is that something you can do right now, or is it going to take time?
I mean, obviously, I think if we're going to look at the season as a whole, it's going to be considered a success. Obviously, a new system, new coaches, a lot of new players. Nobody really expected too much from us, and I thought we gave ourselves a pretty good account of ourselves the whole year, and to fail in the playoffs again in the 2 biggest games where we just weren't good enough. I mean, it's just, I'm never gonna try to beat around the bush and, you know, lie and say that we played well and we deserved to advance when we didn't. I mean, we just didn't play well in the 2 biggest games of the season. Us as a team failed, and I want to give Columbus credit because they played well and they outplayed us, but I'm not going to sit here and say that, you know, we played our best. I mean, we certainly made it easy for them in the first leg, especially. Give up a goal 7 seconds in, and then you give up a goal at the end of a game. I mean, you don't take advantage of your opportunities, it's going to come back to bite you. And like I said, it's tough to look at right now and consider it a success.